It's Michelle from the Bead Gallery, and today I'm going to show you how to put together our Lotus Chandelier earring. If you look on my board, I have a few samples already made so you can see the different configurations of the Lotus components that you can put them in to do different designs for the earring. There's just so many different ways you can arrange the pieces to make your earring because the components all have lots of fun connection points to attach things to. So in these two samples here, there's a large component at the top with the small one at the bottom. In this sample here, the small component is at the top and they're both facing upwards. So in my fourth configuration, I'm going to show you how to do this earring with the small lotus facing upward and the large one facing downward. So you get just different looks of the same earring, which is neat. Okay, so once you decide how you want your pieces to be connected together, you're going to get your oval jump ring that's in the kit and hook your two pieces together. That's okay. So in this earring, we do two different techniques. We're going to be doing the basic wire wrap technique to connect our crystal to the top of the earring, and then we're going to be doing a headpin handle to attach the German glass drop to the bottom of the earring. Okay, so I'm going to do the basic wire wrap first. This is 24 gauge, half hard sterling silver wire. Okay, I have a few inches here. Your kit includes 6 inches of wire, so you'll have some room to make mistakes. Hopefully you'll get it on the first try. Now we have a full-length basic wire wrap video on our YouTube channel here. So if you need a refresher on the technique, please feel free to head over to that specific video so you can see the technique done multiple times. Okay. But basically I'm just going to do a basic wire wrap to attach my crystal to the top Lotus component. You notice I'm using 3 different pliers. I have a chain nose plier here, I have my round nose plier, and a flat nose plier to kind of help do the technique. And I have a flush cutter to cut my wire. I'm going to use my chain nose plier to kind of push down any wire that is sticking up from the surface of the piece. You don't want it to catch on things. For my second wire wrap loop, you're going to want to pay attention to the way the loops are facing. I'm going to want the second loop that I'm making to be in the same plane as the flower because the hook on the ear wire is perpendicular. So I want everything to face the right way. I'm going to make my loop run side to side or perpendicular to the first loop I made. If you want your loop to be really close to the top of the bead, I just bend against the edge like this. Otherwise you can use a chain nose plier, put it against the top of the bead and make your right angle with that. But I don't like a lot of space between my loop and the top of my bead, so I just pushed it against the top of the bead. You have to just be careful because sometimes you can crack your bead doing that. It takes a little bit of practice. Okay, so I'm making my loop with my round nose plier. And we don't have to attach our ear wire right now because we can just open the loop on the ear wire and hook the two pieces together. So I'm just going to wire wrap this loop closed without anything in it right now. Okay, we're going to want to flush cut our extra wire. And that is how to basic wire wrap your bead to the top of the earring. Like this. And now we're going to connect our German glass drop to the bottom. We're going to use a technique called headpin handle. So I have a ball headpin here. And if your drop has a front and a back, you're going to want to string it so that the ball is touching the front of the bead. This one, there's no front and back. They look the same on both sides, so you don't have to pay too much attention. I'm going to get our chain nose plier and bend an angle. Like that. And because the edge of this lotus is on the thicker side, like that, you'll want to make this angle at the top of your bail that we're making with this headpin. You want that to be not a very sharp triangular type of angle. You want it to be more of just a soft curve. So I'm going to put my round nose plier in there and bend over the top of the round nose plier like this. So I'm making a bail. A somewhat triangular bail, but it's a soft curve instead of a sharp angle at the top. And then we're going to hook this on. If you need to swivel this open just a little bit so you can get your component in there, you can do that right now. And we're going to hook our lotus onto the drop. And I'm going to use my chain nose plier to cover as much of that bail as I can while wrapping the tail behind the ball. So you're wrapping between the ball and the bead. And you want to go around at least one time and squeeze it if your loop isn't really tight, because you don't want it to slip over the ball of the pin. Okay, so just give it a little bit of a squeeze. And you can trim the excess wire away. And you can use your chain nose plier to, again, press down any wire that may be sticking out because it wasn't trimmed very cleanly. You'll want to make sure you tuck that down just so it doesn't snag on things like hair or your sweater or anything like that. Okay, so now we have our earring assembled. I'm going to attach it to the ear wire by opening the loop on my ear wire. And to do that, you're going to just swivel the loop like a door. Okay, and if you have an ear wire that has like a little decorative ball or a bead over here, you just have to make sure that when you swivel it shut, it stays outside the loop. Okay, because right now it's wanting to squiggle into my loop here. And if you have a front and a back to your piece, like we want our ball of our head pin to be showing in the front, you want to make sure that you hook your piece together correctly so that it is facing forward before you close the loop. On your ear wire, and there we have it. This is our fourth version of our Lotus Chandelier earring. Thanks for watching.